You know, we all have kids here, and you
Yes.
being involved in youth ministry, I'm just curious if you can help us out as parents. Have you noticed any patterns as far as, you know, these kids turned out great? Was there a certain thing as far as you noticed in parenting or something in that relationship that affected that family that, or you like notice, wow, this turned out bad,
Yeah.
and I see why.
You know, I think anytime you meet an expert on parenting, they just haven't had that kid yet. So I think anything you figure out with the first kid, the next kid steps in and just blows all of it out of the water. So we are students in parenting, and everything that's happening that's going well is probably God's grace more than our wisdom. But I am trying to be at least. My goal is to be not just an involved dad, but to be a strategic dad and have a bit of a plan. So discipling my son has been awesome for us because he sees every side of you, and that's what's hard about discipling your kids. It's because they see all your pieces and parts, and instead of painting for him a picture of what a perfect Christian is supposed to be, now he sees what a Christian looks like in traffic, and when the stuff gets spilt and all that time, and he and I are just walking through the Bible right now, book of the Bible at a time, 5 or 6 verses at a time, just reading and chatting. And it's been awesome for us, and I think for a lot of us parents is we're scared we don't know enough, and our actions have spoken too loud for us to do this. But really, they need to see Christians are just broken people that God's put back together, and we're still a bunch of dorks, and He loves us anyway. I mean, you really need to know this, And I think the big thing is just loving them, strategically encouraging them, staying in their lives, being interested, and trying to model it the best you can.
That's good.
I think also, like, when you can own up to your own mistakes. It's one thing to just, brush over your mistake and not address it, but they learn something from that too. And when you can go back to your child and say, I'm sorry, I handled that really wrong. Do you forgive me? And I think that when you're able to do that, it shows them that, they can do that too. They can mess up and say, I'm sorry, and not try to let's just brush over this and move on. It's reconciling.
I always try to make sure I let my son know my weaknesses. Like, son, I love too much. I work too hard. I'm too humble sometimes. Things like that. That was awful. That was, I take all that back. I redact all of that.
The problem with me is I'm so giving.
The humility is killing me.